Oh, wow. Upset alert in the tennis world. Tennis Sangren and Hyung Chung are now the biggest upsets in the tennis world, taking out Dominic Thiem and Novak Djokovic, respectively. So here's the slice on what happened last night, and here's a breakdown of the quarterfinal action, and a special guest appearance by my friend Matt Bradshaw from Coffee Break Tennis.
Okay, Steven, I agree with you, but
And we're going to compare our picks for the quarterfinals and see who's going to be more right. So in this episode of The Slice, I'm going to break down Chung versus Djokovic and Sangren versus Thiem. And then Matt Bradshaw and I from Coffee Break Tennis. If you don't know who that is, he's my good buddy from Atlanta. And we hung out in Cincinnati and had a good time at the tournament there. And now we're going to compare our picks. So there's going to be a segment of this show where I say who I think is going to win each quarterfinal matchup, then the semifinals, then the final. And he's going to say who he thinks. And whoever's more right, whoever wins the predictions, is going to send each other one of our shirts. So Matt's going to get one of these sick Ringer t-shirts. Well, he probably won't because I'm going to end up winning. But then if he wins, then he'll get that. And if I win, then he'll send me one of his Coffee Break Tennis shirts. And we'll just go from there and see who's more right. But what happened last night? Huge upsets. So Djokovic lost to Hyung Chung. And if you didn't see the match, I'll let you know what happened. I also didn't see it, but I saw highlights and I looked at the stats. And Chung won in 3 sets. And it's the first time Djokovic lost in straight sets at the Australian Open since 2008, I believe. So that's pretty crazy. Watching the match, you'll just notice that Hyung Chung basically looked like a younger version of Djokovic. His movement was unreal, very Djokovic-like. And Chung said after the match in his interview that he modeled his game after Djokovic growing up, and he just beat his hero, which was insane. But his movement looked just like Djokovic's. And when he got out to the wings, he stuck his big leg out there on either side and really used a lot of power from that to just do a counter-punching shot. And oftentimes he would be mature enough to stay in these rallies getting balls back, but then he would release at the right times and just hit a counter-punching winner. It was absolutely insane. It looked like Djokovic couldn't out-hit Chung. So it looked like Djokovic couldn't get the ball past him, really. And Chung was just a bit faster, a bit harder hitting, and a bit better moving, honestly, in this match. And he just played a really mature match overall and really just got it done. And there's nothing that I can say about Djokovic. Definitely wasn't at his best, but Hyung Chung really impressed and stepped up into the big stage and just took it to Djokovic. And that was super impressive. And this kid's future is great. The Quadzilla. And now if you watch that match, you realize why I call him the Quadzilla. I got that name from Brad Gilbert, not going to lie. But because his quads are massive and he's super good at defense and it looks like just a tank out there. And he's from Korea. So he's the Quadzilla, and he's here to take over the tennis world, and he took it to Djokovic last night. So Djokovic felt the wrath of the Quadzilla, and I'm just wondering who is going to next. Now, next out is Tennis Sangren versus Dominic Thiem. And I said in my video last week, or a couple days ago, that Thiem wasn't going to go far in this tournament. And I guess I was right because he lost to Sangren, but I was wrong against us sleeping on Djokovic because clearly we were sleeping on Chung even more. But Tennis Sangren, puns galore for the tennis world here with his name being Tennis. But Tennis took it to Thiem. But he didn't take it to Thiem in like a blowout fashion. But what he did was step up to Thiem's level. Like the crazy thing about it is Tennis has lost in the qualifying for the Australian Open for the last 4 years in a row. And he just keeps coming back losing, keeps coming back losing. Now he's in the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. It's absolutely insane. His life has changed. But it makes sense because if you watch the match, you saw some amazing ball striking from him. First of all, he served the lights out. His first serve percentage in was 74% for the match, which is amazing. Like, if 3 out of every 4 times he's serving, you're seeing a first serve, how do you break him? And so that's what he also did well, was step up in the big moments. He hit 4 out of his 8 break opportunities he capitalized. So he capitalized on 50% of his break points against Thiem, while Thiem only got 2 out of 12. So basically, at the end of the match, it was a really close match, went 5 sets. I think Tennis was just more clutch than Thiem, and that's what it came down to. But Tennis also moves super well. He moves similar to Chung, I think. His defense, really fast, great variation. Come to the net, had solid hands at net, and had a lot of great counterpunching as well. When Thiem would use pace, Tennis could redirect it and hit winners off of it. So Tennis Sangren versus Hyung Chung is going to be an insane quarterfinal matchup, and I'm stoked to see some new guys in the quarterfinal because it's just exciting to see these guys who they didn't. It's not like I don't think Djokovic or team played a bad match. Like Djokovic maybe wasn't at his full potential, but team played pretty good. He served well, he had great stats, but tennis just stepped up, and so did Chung, and that's why that's going to be an insane quarterfinal, and I'm really excited. So now, Coffee Break Tennis and The Slice are going to compare our picks for the quarterfinals right now. You can check out Coffee Break Tennis channel on a card right here, and at the end of the video, you can subscribe to them. But right now, here's my picks versus Matt's picks, and I'm going to show you why I think that he's wrong and I'm right, and the winner is going to be decided once these matches are played, but here's our picks. Okay, Matt Bradshaw, how's it going? And it is quarterfinals time at the Australian Open, as you know. And we got some insane matchups, and I'm going to let you know my picks right now. So starting off on the top of the draw, Nadal versus Cilic. I know you think Nadal is going to come through and the Spaniard is going to beat him, but I'm calling for an upset alert because I think the big Croatian is going to hit big, and he's going to serve big. And I think that the fast courts and the big hitting of Cilic equals bad news for Rafael Nadal. So I'm calling an upset for Cilic over Nadal.
Okay, Steven, I agree with you, but look, this is the most likely upset alert to call. I mean, it's like the only one we really could feel confident about, but I don't think so. I think Nadal is going to rise to the occasion, and that's why I think you'll be sending me a Slice tennis shirt in the mail after this whole tournament's over, and we count up our picks and figure out who won this bet, Steven.
I think Dimitrov, our man Dimitrov, is going to beat Edmund. I think we can agree on that one. Dimitrov's been playing well. He really stepped up against Kyrgios, showing some gutsy tennis. So I think Dimitrov over Edmund for sure.
Absolutely. We totally agreed that Dimitrov is going to find a way to come through that match. It'll be difficult, though.
And then we got the battle of the unknowns, kind of. The Chung versus Sangren. Tennis versus the Quadzilla. And I'm going with Tennis Sangren over Chung because I think that, no one can claim to be an expert on these two playing each other because they're both pretty unknown. But I just think that Tennis Sangren showed in the match versus team, he's just going to step up again. I think he's going to take it to Chung, and he's going to serve a bit bigger than Djokovic did, and I think he's just going to win. So I think I'm calling Sangren over Chung in the quarterfinals, and Sangren's going to move on to the semifinals.
The Quadzilla. That's very good, Steven. And I agree. This is the battle of the unknowns. I have to go with Chung, Steven, and I respect what you said. You know what? Sangren, very, very impressive and showed a lot of big hitting, a lot of power. He's definitely going to produce better serving than Djokovic, I would say. But is it enough to beat Chung? Chung is riding this wave of excitement. He just beat his idol on, well, actually, it sounds like I'm describing something that could make him really nervous too. We don't know what to expect. I'm going to go with Chung. You're going with Sangren. What do you think about Roger Federer versus Tomas Berdych? Do we agree on this pick or disagree?
Federer, because I think we can agree that Federer's going to step up and beat the Birdman. Even though Thomas Berdych is playing unbelievable right now and he's hitting big, Federer's used to that, and I'm hoping it's going to be a night match, so it's a little bit cooler, so it's a little bit slower for Fed, but I think Fed's just going to outclass him again, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as last year, but Federer over Berdych.
It's empty, but it's on my jeans. We can agree on that. Federer will win. I got to remove the stain. I thought it was empty. I thought it would be funny. Mr. Goat! Lick my jeans!
So then, semifinals, I got Cilic versus Dimitrov, and I'm going Dimitrov over Cilic to be in the final. So Dimitrov's going to be playing in the final because he's going to beat Cilic because his game, he's too good on defense right now, and he's, I think, going to attack well and just get it done. He's going to serve the best that he served all tournament, and he's going to beat Cilic. So Dimitrov's going to make it to the final.
I do like Dimitrov's chances to get to the final, but I don't think he'll be playing Cilic. I think he'll be playing Rafa, and I just have this funny feeling. I've had it for a while now. Fadal final. So there we go. We disagree again there because you think it'll be Cilic. And I agree. If Cilic gets the upset, I think Dimitrov says, oh my God, this is my chance, and he beats Cilic. But I got to go with Nadal because I think Nadal's going to be there, and he's going to find a way to beat Dimitrov again, and it might work out perfectly to exhaust him again and help Roger in the final.
Matt, we got Fed versus baby Fed, Goat versus the little baby Goat in the final. And Matt, I think we can both agree. I don't know, but I think that Federer is going to take it, and Federer is going to have one more major before Dimitrov comes and gets his. Because Dimitrov, I think, is a future major winner, but I think it's still Fed time. And Federer is going to win the 2018 Australian Open.
Yes, we agree on that, Steven, because if it's Chung or if it's Tennis Sandgren in the semifinal for Roger, Roger definitely is going to win. I love what you said. It's Roger's time. It's Fed time. It's Roger's time to shine. He's on a roll. Even if a lot of people don't think he's playing his best, he's playing good enough, and huge opportunity to face someone like Tennis Sandgren, if that's who it is, in the semifinal. Of course, he's got to get past Berdych first. Show respect to Birdman.
Matt, nice tryout here. I wish you luck with your picks, but I'm pretty excited to get a Coffee Break Tennis shirt. I know you want one of these because they're really nice and they're made in Canada, but your players are going to have to step up for you. So let's see how it goes.
Yes, I'm looking very much forward to wearing a Slice Tennis News shirt. It looks like it's very soft, nice cotton when you wear it, Steven. And of course, being made in Canada, that must mean it's just really awesome. I regret to tell you that the Coffee Break Tennis shirt will be scratchy on your skin, but you'll look very cool wearing it. Thanks for being on the show today, Steven. Thanks for having me on your show, and hopefully we'll get to do some more stuff like this in the near future.
Okay, so there you have it. There's Matt Bradshaw from Coffee Break Tennis and Steven from The Slice. Those are our picks. Who do you think is going to win? Why don't you comment down below, say who do you think is more right. Tell us your picks for the quarterfinal matchups, and let us know who you think is going to be the eventual champion of the Australian Open. The Australian Open's getting really sick this year. It's really tight, and I'm excited to watch the rest of it. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for more from The Slice on the finals and the semifinals and the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. Thanks for watching, folks. You can subscribe to Matt Bradshaw's channel, Coffee Break Tennis, right here, and go to theslicetennis.com for a poll to vote who do you think is going to win the Australian Open. So go there, vote on our poll, and you can purchase one of the Slice Ringer t-shirts. There's only about 15 left because they're going fast, and people want them because people want to be recognized as a tennis expert. And stay tuned for more from The Slice.